What does it look like to love a community rather than to leave it?
She saved my life.
The people here, they care.
Someone cared enough to help them get better.
My hope for Milwaukee is that we come together as one.
Milwaukee, I love you.
Welcome to Positively Milwaukee. I'm Ryan Jenkins. Carol Meekins is taking some time off. Giving back to your community feels good, and you're never too early to start. We spoke to a young lady in West Allis who is setting an incredible example.
Mckenna Becker just turned 6 years old, and she was born to wear this crown.
It's natural. It's a natural look with me. I just like having a crown and sash. It's just my natural way of being me.
Mckenna was crowned American Royal Beauty's Miss Wisconsin Princess last year, and this summer she snagged the crown for National American Miss Wisconsin Princess.
And I was so happy. I was like literally almost about to scream.
Mckenna's mom, Michelle, says it's not all about pretty dresses and sparkly crowns.
Both of the pageants really want you to give back to your community. That's a really big part of the pageants. That's kind of why we selected them.
Community service is probably Mckenna's favorite part of being a pageant princess.
It's because I just love helping kids, and like the kids are important to me. I'm not going to let them get even more sick, right?
Mckenna has donated tons of stuffed animals to kids in area hospitals fighting all kinds of sickness, but she and her mom had another idea on how to help. They'd write a book.
She came up with all the creative names of the characters in the book, and it's called The Snail That Won the Race.
Mckenna is a natural-born storyteller.
The first part is that the snail figured out that he had no legs. He was really sad. He had a frown on his face.
Sammy the snail and his friend the cheetah learn a valuable lesson about helping.
The community is more special than just winging something.
But she wouldn't give away more than that.
Well, I can't tell you the whole thing because you gotta buy it first.
Mckenna and Michelle are hoping you'll be generous with your wallet.
And we decided that from any money made from the book, we would donate it to kids in need.
I love helping kids in the hospital because I really care about the community.
Mckenna is proof that there's no age limit on loving your neighbors.
That's usually of what I like to do. It's just like my job.
Mckenna has already donated plenty of books. She even put some in her neighborhood's free little libraries and donated a few to the Children's Hospital. So sweet. Now, kids can certainly give a lot to the community, but a local museum is trying to give back to kids. Taylor Lumpkin tells us about a very unique playground that just opened in Sheboygan.
After 7 years, the Above and Beyond Children's Museums dream of building a playground in downtown Sheboygan that both children and adults of all abilities can enjoy is now a reality.
I just saw this for the first time coming today. I mean, I got totally emotional seeing it. It's just awesome. Yeah.
The $650,000 playground was structured in the shape of an octopus with tentacles that kids can climb, slide, and jump off of. And it's designed to accommodate anyone with physical or sensory challenges.
We have the transfer platform that is part of the octopus head. For another, we have the nest swing that is the most accessible option for swing sets. We also have everything set at ground level so that absolutely anyone is going to be able to access from a wheelchair.
My kids have been all over the place. They're loving it. It's just so special because to be inclusive and to have a place where all kids can play together, and it couldn't be more important.
Now the museum is ready to share its creation with the entire community.
I love the idea that when kids are on pieces of equipment, they can't have a screen in their hands.
Play is critical to development, to socialization, to being happy and healthy. And so however we can bring that to our community is part of our mission.
The playground will be open 7 days a week from 6 a.m. until 11 p.m.
Staff at Above and Beyond Children's Museum had a grand opening for the playground last weekend to really celebrate this new resource in the community. Such a great opportunity. Of course, everyone deserves the joy of play. An impressive career deserves recognition. A famous Milwaukee photographer got just that from Milwaukee's mayor. Andrea Williams got to witness this big event.
I, Cavalier Johnson, mayor of the city of Milwaukee, do hereby proclaim Monday, August 29th, 2022 to be Yvonne Kemp Day throughout the entire city of Milwaukee.
Following in the footsteps of her older brother, the late Harry Kemp, Yvonne Kemp has built an impressive resume and reputation based off of her photography.
I'm walking in my brother's big shoes, and I promised him that I would carry on as long as I can.
She prefers being behind the scenes and directing the shots.
Let's move the podium. Is that possible?
For the past 15 years, she continued on where her brother left off. She fulfills several contracts with the Milwaukee Community Journal, the Milwaukee Times, and became the first African-American female photographer for the Milwaukee Brewers. She was surrounded today by family and friends who are proud of her many accomplishments.
Yvonne Kemp, you are a talented and naturally gifted photojournalist who exemplifies passion, integrity, and honor for capturing the essence of Milwaukee's Black community.
Congratulations to Yvonne. Her work is very impressive. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you how you can help young people learn to read. Plus, a four-legged friend is helping a Mequon woman compete on an international stage. But before we go, don't forget Lunch with Carol Meekins every other Wednesday at 12:30 on Facebook Live. This summer, Carol sat down with Dr. Eve Hall, the president and CEO of the Milwaukee Urban League. Every week, Carol chats with someone doing good in the community who inspires and who is truly positively Milwaukee, someone just like Dr. Hall. You can tune in every other Wednesday to listen in or to ask a question. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Positively Milwaukee. Our If You Give a Child a Book campaign is underway, and it's a chance for you to help children in Milwaukee develop strong reading skills. A solid foundation in reading sets kids up for success in high school, college, and beyond. Simone Woolridge spoke to leaders at the Milwaukee Public Library about just how important it is to make reading fun.
You won't find these monsters under your bed at night. They are at the Milwaukee Public Library encouraging kids to read.
It's probably the most powerful thing that we can do. It's magical when you really think about it. Like, I can make these scribbles on a page make sense, and it just unlocks worlds for me.
Victoria Laporte Sanchez is a library education and outreach coordinator, and she says summer is a special time for kids.
But in the summer, it's just an opportunity to explore your identity as a reader. What do I like to read? What really grabs my interest?
That's why the library puts on its summer reading program. Kids get points for reading books and doing other activities with a goal of earning 30 points total.
Reading begets more reading, and if you really see yourself as a reader and that's part of your identity, then you're going to find those opportunities to read wherever you are.
Practice makes perfect. And as kids get older, they need reading more and more for every subject at school.
The content area reading is easier if you have that solid foundation of reading in the early years.
Which is why Laporte Sanchez and her staff want to make sure kids learn to love reading, no matter what genre, subject, or author.
We just want to continue to feed them that steady diet. You want more of that? We've got more of that.
Donate until the end of September. Every $5 you donate buys a book for a child in your community. It's easy to donate. Just head to tmj4.com or text 4BOOKS to 345-345. Bow and arrows may have you thinking of Robin Hood, but a young lady from our area is making big waves in the sport in a short amount of time. She's headed to some major competitions, and Delaney Bry talked to her about what it takes to get there.
Armed with a bow and arrow, Lily Aguilar isn't your average 16-year-old.
I shoot compound, female cadet. The bow itself is actually pretty light to me, and then once I add on all my weights and all that, it can get a little heavier.
In fact, she's not even your average archer.
But when I first started, I was kind of just like, I just want to, be the top. And then as I started shooting, I'm like, well, I know I'm pretty good at it, and I know I can definitely do better.
Aiming to be the best, Lily recently tried out for Team USA in the field discipline.
We're up on like crazy hills, we're shooting uphill, downhill, and we actually have to use our equipment to find our distances, and it's all by yourself.
As well as target.
We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 for compound, so our targets are a little smaller than the recurve, and that is just at one set distance.
Falling 1 point shy of making the target squad, Lily is currently preparing to compete as a member of the USA's field team.
My next big thing is actually Worlds in South Dakota. Back again, I'm super excited for that one. I just know that I just need to do what I did before and just really work hard. I've been practicing a lot for that, so I'm really excited for that one now.
If you're wondering when we could see Lily in the Olympics, well, some changes need to happen first.
Currently, compound is not in the Olympics, just recurve, but we're trying to get it into the 2028 LA Olympics. So if that's there, I hope I can make it to that and represent USA for that.
That said, should Lily need to pick up a different bow, she's up for the challenge.
For me, it would be a lot different because you're definitely holding back all your weight, and there's different sights and it's just a bigger bow, so I definitely think it'd be a ton different, but I think it would be fun to learn.
After all, Lily just got into field competitions a little over a year ago, and she's already earned her stars and stripes.
Lily really seems like a go-getter. I wouldn't be surprised at all if she does get compound archery into the Olympics and represents Team USA in just a few years. All right, it's like the Olympics, but for dogs and their trainers. A local woman is headed to Austria for a major competition. James Groh spoke to her about how she couldn't have done it without her four-legged partner.
Walk it, walk it.
This is one of the best dog agility trainers in the country.
I'm Rachel Evers, and I'm a dog trainer, live in Mequon, Wisconsin.
For the first time in her roughly 15-year career, Evers was named to Team USA for dog agility training.
Yeah!
She went to the European Open Championship in Belgium in July and will be at the Agility World Championships in Austria in September. That's the equivalent of the Olympics.
It's a dream come true.
None of which would have been possible without her partner, Vex.
It's a team sport, so you need a partner with you that really, really wants to do it too.
Weaves, 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 weaves. Yeah! Go!
Vex is a 6-year-old border collie. She helped Evers win all these awards just this season.
There's at least 100. Break! Yeah, go!
Today, Evers is a world-class dog trainer.
This is the dramatic part.
But her intro to dog training was unexpected.
I was actually held up at gunpoint in San Francisco, and so that was kind of a life-changing moment for me. And I never thought about having a dog before that.
She got a dog to be safe. That dog was high energy, so she enrolled in an agility class. She got hooked on the sport, and the rest is history.
Break! To be named to both the European Open and Agility World Championship teams for the American Kennel Club has been really an honor of a lifetime.
It was a life she didn't expect, but she fell in love with it and became one of the best in the country. We're all rooting for you, Rachel. For Positively Milwaukee, I'm James Groh.
We have a link with more information about the USA World Agility Team. Just click on this story at tmj4.com. Coming up after the break, Milwaukee has a new ambassador hoping to do great work with her new title. And it's Labor Day weekend. We wanted to know what people are up to for the holiday. But first, let's meet our Positively Milwaukee Pet of the Week.
Hi, I'm Johanna here at PAWS, the Humane Animal Welfare Society in Waukesha, and today I'm showcasing a Positively Milwaukee adoptable pet named Winnie. Winnie is 8 months old. She is a lap mix. One of the things you're going to want to invest in with Winnie is some baby keys. Prior to working at PAWS, I was not aware that rabbits adore baby keys. They're one of their favorite toys, so these little items, and they're gonna wanna have something for her to chew on. Some people do let rabbits free roam in their house, but you wanna make sure you rabbit-proof your home. And Winnie does like to use a litter box, so she is litter box trained, or working on her litter box training. Generally, rabbits are affectionate animals. They like being pet and can be trained, and are overall a fun addition to any family. So if you are interested in finding out more information about adopting Winnie or any of the other small animals we have available for adoption here at Hawes, you can go to hawespets.org or give our adoption staff a call at 262-542-8851 to find out who we have here that's positively Milwaukee.
Welcome back. Milwaukee's Mexican Fiesta celebration is over, but one woman has a lot more work ahead of her for the next year. We're talking about Miss Mexican Fiesta 2022. Sarah McGrew talked to her about all she hopes to accomplish with her new crown.
After a year as Miss Mexican Fiesta,
I've been able to go back and touch on my roots a little bit more and just get to be really immersed in my own culture.
Samantha Gonzalez is crowning this year's ambassador.
I'm excited to be continuing to help pass on the torch to the rest of the girls and the ladies.
Nora Godoy Gonzalez will now hold the title.
And then growing up, I've always came to Mexican Fiesta.
She will carry on the responsibility of promoting Mexican culture in Milwaukee and working with Wisconsin Hispanic Scholarship recipients. That's the foundation behind Mexican Fiesta and has given out about $2 million in scholarships to Hispanic students in Wisconsin.
And being a daughter of immigrants, I saw the hardships that my parents went through, my community went through. So now that I'm privileged enough to have gotten a degree and have an amazing career, I really want to give back.
Nora was also a scholarship recipient when she was in school. Today she works with Journey House, empowering students and families on Milwaukee's near South Side.
Because it's really important to be a role model for the community that you come from.
She hopes to take the work she already does and do it on a larger scale in her role as Miss Mexican Fiesta.
Try to work with students who are very similar to my background and inspire them to whatever they're interested in, the arts, if they're interested in tech, and they're interested in the trades, learning how to dye hair, learning how to do acrylic nails, whatever it is, make sure that they're doing it at their full potential.
Nora will hold the title until next year's celebration.
Nora is already doing so much for our community. It'll be great to see how much more she can accomplish now that she is Milwaukee royalty. Congratulations to her. Well, it is the unofficial end to summer and the beginning of the fall season. For many of us, Labor Day is a time to relax and unwind. So we wanted to ask you, what are you up to for Labor Day weekend?
We're volunteering at the Historic Third Ward Association. We're going to be volunteer bartenders. We're raising money for the dog park across the way.
We're just a tourist. We don't have any plans already, but we have friends, so we're invited for this weekend.
I'm going to Chicago to shoot some artwork. I'm a photographer, so that's what I'm doing. Media photography, music photography, lifestyle, anything involving, music artists or, things like that.
I'm going to see the Brewers because I'm from California. Taking in the sights and loving this place. I mean, everybody's so friendly and really helpful, giving me information about where to go, and I'm loving it.
We're having friends and family out to our lake house. We're gonna grill and we're gonna swim and play some bags, and we'll see what else is cooking.
We're having a regular barbecue at home, so I don't know about you.
Yeah, just hanging with the family.
We're traveling back home.
Where's home?
Connecticut.
There's not much to do, but it's a fun place.
I work here at the Spice House, so I'll probably be here. It's usually pretty busy. Everyone loves to come to visit the market. I live here, and it's always really busy. It's a really popular place to eat, to drink, to shop.
If you have Labor Day plans you'd like to share with us or a question you'd like to ask us next week, you can head over to Positively Milwaukee and look for our Facebook page. We'd love to hear from you. Labor Day is here, and of course that means it's also back to school season. A local barber gave kids in our area a great reason to smile. G's Clippers Barber and Beauty Salon helped kids look their best before they head back to the classroom. Staff gave some free haircuts this week and handed out free school supplies. The owner of the barber shop says he's been hosting this event for nearly 30 years. He says when you look good, you feel good, and he just loves putting a smile on a young person's face. Francisco at the Milwaukee County Zoo just celebrated his big day with a meat cake. Francisco is a jaguar, which are the largest cat in the Americas and the third largest in the world. When the big guy was done with his cake, he also got to play with his presents. Enrichment like this helps keep Francisco happy and energized. What a great birthday party. If you like food trucks, you're going to like this new park here in Milwaukee. The former Ricochet Bar near 70th and Capitol is about to see a big transformation. Whitney Walker bought the property. She actually grew up right here in the neighborhood. And Whitney says there's a ton of traffic in the area and the spot is pretty visible. So she's hoping to attract a lot of vendors. Of course, hungry people as well. She expects to open up in the summer of 2023. And if you're excited for fall, you might also be excited for corn maze season. Spiker's Pumpkin Farm in Sheboygan County has a pretty cool theme for their maze this year, the Titanic. The owner says he drew the design on graph paper, then created the path in the cornfield. You can try it out yourself starting September 17th. I'll be right back with my quote of the week. G's Clippers Barber and Beauty Salon helped kids look their best before they head back to the classroom. Staff gave some free haircuts this week and handed out free school supplies. The owner of the barber shop says he's been hosting this event for nearly 30 years. He says when you look good, you feel good, and he just loves putting a smile on a young person's face. Francisco at the Milwaukee County Zoo just celebrated his big day with a meat cake. Francisco is a jaguar, which are the largest cat in the Americas and the third largest in the world. When the big guy was done with his cake, he also got to play with his presents. Enrichment like this helps keep Francisco happy and energized. What a great birthday party. If you like food trucks, you're going to like this new park here in Milwaukee. The former Ricochet Bar near 70th and Capitol is about to see a big transformation. Whitney Walker bought the property. She actually grew up right here in the neighborhood. And Whitney says there's a ton of traffic in the area and the spot is pretty visible. So she's hoping to attract a lot of vendors. Of course, hungry people as well. She expects to open up in the summer of 2023. And if you're excited for fall, you might also be excited for corn maze season. Spiker's Pumpkin Farm in Sheboygan County has a pretty cool theme for their maze this year, the Titanic. The owner says he drew the design on graph paper, then created the path in the cornfield. You can try it out yourself starting September 17th. I'll be right back with my quote of the week. Only humility will lead us to unity, and unity will lead us to peace. Our quote this Sunday morning comes from Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was sainted after her death because of her tireless efforts to help those less fortunate. She was the founder of Missionaries of Charity and remained one of its most active members all her life. She began living in the slums of India to better provide medical treatment, education, and food to the poor. Teresa says she struggled at first with fear and doubt, but her humble service to the poor helped her bring millions together under a common cause. As you go about your work, think of Mother Teresa. Don't be afraid to humble yourself in order to make a better world. You might be surprised with the results. And as always, stay positively Milwaukee.